Good
Hello.
evening, everyone. Welcome to the number by number episode. And today is Tuesday, April 21st of 2026. Right
Mhm.
now it is 6:30 Eastern Time. And today we're going to be talking about it's a really an open discussion about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. But I would like to start my past couple weeks. It was pretty good for the most part. So, I think it was the last couple Saturdays. I I forgot what I did last Saturday. I think what day was it? I keep losing track of everything. So last Saturday, so the very last Saturday, I just remember chill. I think I was chilling at home or something. I was so excited to get ready for my birthday party. I went food shopping and I also worked that day. And Sunday, I went food shopping and decided to hold house my birthday party at Evan's house on April 12th. And
hmm
we spent at least 5 or 6 hours time over there. Oh, speaking of which, the sad news I would like to share with you.
mm
So, on April 9th of this year, I found out that the first elementary school I went to, the Fitch School, has been demolished. They were in the process of demolishing it to make room for the new park and to expand the amenities there. And when I first heard about the demolition, I told myself, I can't believe my own eyes that this is happening. I had to tell everyone, hey, they already knocked down parts of school. And when I first saw the images, I was able to take a good glance of what the inside looked like from the pictures. And some of the rooms looked familiar. I remember being on the first floor, partially seeing what my room was like, and I kept thinking about it for days about my time and memories at Fitch School. It was a really sad moment for me to reflect, but at the same time, I realized that the memories will last forever. I'll cherish the memories. So even though I won't be able to see the building anymore, I will still have the thoughts in my head of my time at Fitch School. And I've actually had at least one or two teachers that reached out to me discussing their memories of being at Fitch School. And a couple of our friends who saw my Facebook post. It was a really heartwarming yet bittersweet moment when they wrote the comments about the Fitch School and the accomplishments that I've had over there. And it was really hard for me to concentrate at work, especially towards the end of the week. And I knew that the building won't exist anymore, and I knew I would have to find some way to cope with it. But more importantly, I do have a couple pictures of the old Fitch School, two classrooms that was in. So I am grateful for having the pictures, and I also had the opportunity to show a few of our friends what the inside of the Fitch School looks like through video calls when I was outside showing you the Fitch School, the exterior of the Fitch School, and then taking a glimpse at the inside. And I showed you some of the pictures that my teachers took, like the old pictures. And yeah, it really changed everything. I've actually posted my story also on this public post describing my experience there. and everyone couldn't believe their own eyes on what's going on. I thought to myself I
Yeah.
was dreaming. I
And
thought it wouldn't exist. It wouldn't happen in life.
and I asked about like turning it into an apartment complex, which I think you said that the city didn't think about it, and but they were turning it into a park, but holding a part of the bathroom.
Yes. So they say they couldn't reopen the building or use the building because there was a flood that happened. So I misspoke in the last episode what happened to Fish School, but there's been some flooding issues with the school, and that's why they closed it. But even after we moved to Stanley School, that building was used for something else. That now that I realized it, so it was more like a transitional phase for the students. But Stanley School is a school that was held for the students who went to Banks and Fitch School. So that school was built to accommodate those students from those two previous schools. So it is true for the Banks School. That's Main Street and Weston Street. That area where the Shell
Yes.
station is. So do you know that red building at that very corner across from Walgreens?
Mm-hmm.
That was Banks School.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be school, but they converted to a condominium or an apartment. I think it's a condominium.
What's it called? What is that?
It's like a it's kind of like an apartment in a sense, if that makes sense. But it's like I guess it's like way bigger than an apartment. I guess I don't really know the clear definition, or the main differences are between an apartment and a condominium, but it is a residential space. Whereas for Fish School, there have been talks about repurposing the old Fish School, but because of the poor condition that it sustained as a result of the flood, they were thinking about preserving the building, but it would cost a lot of money to upgrade the school, and even if they make an upgrade, it wouldn't make sense in terms of preserving the school in case if there's any future damages. So that's another reason why they decide to knock down the school. But a lot of people were against it. They say they should keep the school. But at one point, it used to be that whole area used to be park, and in the 30s, they decided to build a school. So when they knocked down school, it's like turning back to the original state of it being. So yeah, it's a really difficult transition for me to think about the outcome. But they did say they're going to keep the gym, though. I believe they're going to use the gym for for gym storage stuff. But I don't know if they can. I don't remember there was a bathroom there. They could have bathrooms in there.
Or they could use like the gym as a workout space.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what the gym looks like inside.
Mm-hmm.
I went there one time for a group picture, and but I do remember the basement very well. I remember the interior of the basement. There was a lot of wooden walls, and I didn't really see much of the marker boards. Instead, we would have chalkboards, and it would
Oh.
chalkboards, and we used to have those little fat PC computers with the hard disk drives where you put the CDs in. They were pretty common that time, and we also had I think wooden or plastic chairs that time when I was in preschool, and I was on the first floor when I had kindergarten. And I remember that room very well. I remember entering the room, and once you enter the room, I remember on the right side there'll be a divider, and on the left side will be the closet with this colorful curtain. Yep, and I would sometimes hear the classroom through the divider too.
Mm. Sure.
but after the party, during the party, I remember the time when you called me, and once we left, I drove Xavier. Well, I drove Kayla and Xavier, and I was telling Xavier to hold the phone so you can see what the Walthium looks like, and I wanted to show you what Fitch was like in person through video chat, so you can actually see what it looks like through your experience. And when I showed you the school, what did you actually think of it? If you want to tell the audience what you thought of the exterior of the Fitch School.
It looked really old, and so um so the school um was it's actually called Ezra C. Fitch School, and it operated as a was constructed in 1932, and it ceased operations as a regular elementary school in the mid 2000s.
Yes.
And the gymnasium on the Cherry Street side of the lot will remain for use by the recreation department.
Oh,
And
okay.
parts of the Art Deco entrance will be preserved. The site is slated to become a new park, though specific plans are not yet finalized. And the demolition process is starting in early 2026, and with removal continuing through May 2026.
Wow. It's like 1 month worth time of demolition. They actually started tearing down the middle part of the school, and at one point they knocked down the front facade, the main entrance, which is on Ash Street. And then once they finish it, I think they'll go backwards towards the area where the gym is. But besides the school, there's a playground and the spray park. I'm not sure if they're gonna keep it there, if they're gonna keep the playground as is.
Yeah.
It's a really old school. Feels like you're going back in the 50s. I remember there's I don't remember if there was elevators there. I don't really remember. Maybe if I have time I should show you pictures. I actually have pictures up there I will show you in a minute, but actually let me show you. I don't think I'm supposed to do, but I want to show you because so if it's okay if I show the pictures, right? So
Yes.
this is my third classroom. This is the classroom. Obviously, right behind me is the door,
Hmm.
and I was describing you what the room is like. So on this side, I think that's the closet, and I think where I believe that's Nicholas in the shirt. That so adjacent to the blue poster is the divider, and I don't know. I wish I brought more pictures up here. I'm not going to try not to show faces, but this is the. If you see the whiteboards, that's the divider.
Yep.
I don't know if I have any more pictures up here. I wish I had more pictures.
Memories.
Yeah, based on the pictures that I showed you tonight, what do you think?
Yeah, it's memory.
Mm. The picture was printed in 2002.
Yeah.
That was our last year being in that school before we transitioned to bank school.
Yeah. Um. Well, what did you do Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah. So this past Saturday, I actually hung out with Donato. We actually went out for lunch at Olive Garden. I ate pasta with meatballs while Donato ate salmon. And I had soup zuppa toscana. It's like a spinach, like a kale with pork and potato soup, while Donato had salad. So it was really filling. And then I went food shopping at Browse Marketplace, and I decided to buy snacks for us to have while we play video games. And once we got to his house, I spoke with his dad. We had a great talk, and it was my first time playing Nintendo. Actually, I've never played Nintendo before. We actually played Mario Kart Racing, and by the
On
time
the
we fin-
Was it a Wii? Was it a Wii?
it's yes, it was a Wii. You know that the remote control with the wheels. So I played with that,
Oh
and
wait. So there's a Wii, a Wii U, a Nintendo Switch.
no, I did not play Nintendo Switch. I actually played Wii, so we hooked it on a TV, and there'll
With
be
the
like the
was it like a control you could hold with your hand?
yes, yep,
That's okay. That's the Wii. Okay.
yeah. So we played Mario Kart Race together, and we played for at least a half an hour to an hour. We had an interesting talk, and at one point I went upstairs and talked with his mom. We had a good like couple hours worth of talk, just a way to catch up, and also to discuss any future plans. And I actually recommend. Actually, this an interesting part for which will lead to Sunday is we were talking about like where should we eat for lunch in honor of my birthday, and I told them, what if we tried Hot Pot Place? It's like a Japanese sit-in where there would be like a table with a stove in the middle, and in the stove there will be a pan with a pot with a broth base. And what we do is we cook meats and vegetables and seafood directly in the pot. I told his parents about it, and they say, "Oh, it'll be our first time. We should try it." So I've been inspiring them to try food that's really outside their comfort zone. It was their first time, and at the moment when I on the Sunday when we went to the restaurant, we I recommend the soup bases that what we should eat. Some of them didn't cannot tolerate spicy, but they thought it was like a really interesting experience for them because it was their first time trying it out. It turned out that they're really into the food, and one of them said it was too spicy. It was hard to tolerate it, but at the same time, they did enjoy the experience. They even said the waiters and are friendly there. And after that, we had this dessert over there. We actually spent over an hour there.
Mhm.
It was a really unique experience for the family there. I was actually hoping to see his Janelle's grandmother, but she had already had made plans. So we ended up going without her, but we also went with his sister too. So both his parents and his sister. And they were, one of them was like very intrigued with the amount of dishes that I can eat. And yeah, and they say one of them says, "Oh, I'm going to try some spicy food," and one of them was like, "No, I can't eat spicy food." So yeah, they say they love Pot Pot and they would want to go back because of my motivation to help them try out Pot Pot. Their next step is to try Chinese brunch, Chinese dim sum.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a really nice time, and we actually talked about the Special Olympics that's coming up, and we talked about the upcoming race I'll be doing on May 3rd, and I'm actually looking forward to it to do that. And there's also talks about going to this chocolate expo place in Connecticut towards the end of May that we're interested in trying it out. It's in Mohegan Sun, and I heard if you do go there, there will be a good chance you may meet the Charlie and Chocolate Factory characters, actors, I mean. So it'll be really cool if I do go.
In Connecticut?
Yes, it's about an hour and a half away. It's actually in Mohegan Sun, so it's closer than having to drive to Hartford.
Hmm. I think you should go to Hershey, Pennsylvania.
That's what Juju was saying.
I think
Juju's been telling us for years.
I actually been there, Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Did you get the chocolate?
I think actually like okay, I'm not sure because like there was a photo of me, my sisters, my mom and father.
Yeah. When was this?
It was like years back, but this was when I was in Waltham visiting.
Okay. Mm, wow. Was it? Do you remember? It was like a big park.
I don't know. I don't like the thing is like that's the place you can go. So I don't remember if I went there.
Mm.
So
I may have driven by it when I was in Pennsylvania for work.
Hershey is actually Hershey, Pennsylvania. For people who don't know, is the place of Hershey chocolate. The headquarters. They have a team called an ice hockey team called the Hershey Bears. They have everything.
Including the factory.
Yeah. And finally, Kevin, what did you do on Sunday?
You mean Monday? Yesterday, you mean?
Sunday, I mean.
Oh, so I went out with Donato's family for hot pot on Sunday.
Oh, wait. I thought you were talking about. I'm saying the Boston Marathon.
Oh, Monday. It was Monday. Yesterday was Monday. But
Monday. Oh, my bad.
okay. So Monday, I decided to take that day off from work because I need to catch up with sleep. And I was telling Juju about the Boston Marathon, and she knew it was going to be on. And she was like, "Yep, I'm in." So I met up with her at her house, and she was able to drive me to find a parking lot. And we did like a 10-minute walk, 10 or 15-minute walk to one of the areas where you can see the runners. And fortunately, we were able to stand behind this channel news called WCVB, Channel 5 News. Shout out to you.
Mm-hmm.
And before we did that, we actually was focusing on the race. And we did happen to run into one of the Nothing's Impossible baseball coach, Kara. I didn't even know she was there, but actually one of the other football Nothing's Impossible baseball coach, Jeff, ran the race actually. At one point when we found out we were actually at the 18-mile run, at the 18-mile marker. And we were looking at the app to see where he was, but at one point we missed him because sometimes the real 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 time thing doesn't always reflect that accurately. So we ended up missing him. But towards the end, around 3:30 ish or 4, we actually met up with Gabe. We found out that Gabe wanted to see us, but he actually was on he was on the opposite side of Newton, and somehow I think he must have ran to catch us for 30 minutes later, and then that's when the real thing began. I purposely wanted to go behind the WCVB so I can be on live, and at one point I told Juju, "Do you want to be behind the reporters?" She stepped in inch by inch, and I followed her. And then Gabe was initially nervous at first, but I told him, "Hey, we should be on live. We're gonna stand together." And that's when the moment came. And there was that point. At one point, they were playing music in the background, and when the reporters saw us, they were able to interview mostly me, not me, but Juju and Gabe about the Boston Marathon experience. And Raul, who actually has a video that he will show you in a minute. But it
Yeah.
was our time to really show our moves. This is our moment to express ourselves. and it was a really one of the best moments in my life. Just being on the news, and felt like it would be really cool to show off myself on camera. And and then at one point, some of you guys replied to me saying, "Oh, I saw you on TV." And I was like, wow, this is the best moment I've ever had. At least some people watching me. So one of my friend's mom's first song, she sent a clip of me, Juju and Gabe on live. And then at one point, Josh said, "Oh, I saw you on TV." And then Joey also said the same thing. "Just saw you guys on TV." And then at one point, when Nicole sent us the video, I wanted to show you guys, like through the TV, that we were on live. What do you think of it so far? When I decided to show you a clip from Nicole, of us on TV.
It was like an interesting thing because it was so cool because it's so interesting how people can be shown on air.
Have you ever been on? Have you been on camera on TV before?
One time.
Oh, were you interviewed?
No, it was
Hmm.
about something. I can show that clip afterwards,
Yeah.
but I do want to say actually, for people who do not know, I actually got two clips. This is what you said. So the original, I know what you're talking about. The second clip, but there was actually two clips.
Hmm.
Actually,
Yep. Nicole showed me, sent us.
yeah. So I'm gonna quickly screen share this clip. So two clips actually. I'm gonna screen share. So basically, for people who don't know, this is the WCVB Channel 5 News, right? And as you can see right there, this is Juju, Gabe, and somewhere behind is Kevin. All
When you
right,
first saw it, what did you think?
I thought this was cool, to be fair. I thought this was awesome. All
Did
right,
you feel the same when you were on camera?
To catch up with him. How's he doing? He looked like he was in good spirits, guys. I think he was doing pretty well. Really
There's
well.
me, Juju and
yep.
Gabe dancing.
He seemed like he was ready to go. I asked him, okay, the hills are next. Are you ready? He goes, yes, I am ready.
If you can tell, there's some music in the background.
Good shot. You're going to finish this thing. But the runners who are coming through right now, they've been running for like 2-3 hours, maybe 4 hours. And it's going to be a long process for them, but many of them run for very special purposes.
What do you think of the moves so far?
They're cool.
Yeah, we were just dancing crazy in the background.
What's it all about? So we started about 20 years ago, and we also.
Yeah. So this is the first clip. The second clip, this is the important one.
Enjoy coming out here every year as well. You mentioned earlier, it's always a dance party. We literally call it a dance party.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, we've been cheering on a bunch of people. Well, actually, one friend, but in the past, I cheer on my family friend. Oh, great! Let's go Colombia! Let's go Mexico! We cheered them on in Buster College. Oh, I love it! You guys have so much energy. Yes.
Oh my god! That's so funny. That is
See?
so funny.
Well, yeah. And also, when I originally saw the clips, I gotta be honest, I did not expect it to happen. I was shocked.
Oh, when you said you were on TV before, did you want to be on camera just to show off?
Well, so okay, well, this is a interesting thing. So this was like a clip of me way back. I'm talking way back because, well, this is like, I don't know what it was exactly because um this was NBC. I don't know what it was exactly,
Mm.
but
Was this? You said it was in Massachusetts when this happened.
I think so, yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
I'm giving
mean,
credit to this WCVB tonight because that's what where we were, and I want to thank the reporters over there for allowing us to be on camera. I felt like it went super viral when some of our friends saw us on TV.
um,
Actually, told so when Juju drove me to her house, we ended up talking to her mom. She didn't know until we told her, and Juju's mom was like, "What? No way!" She didn't really believe us until one of us showed her the clips. And when she saw Juju talking, based on the video you sent here, she thinks that, oh my god, you talk too well, not talk too much, but you're gonna embarrass yourself. That's what she said to Juju. Her mom thinks she's embarrassing herself.
yeah.
I actually wish I said something, but at the same time I didn't know what to say. I just wanted to be on TV. And that was the moment when I told Juju, hey, you should be on TV.
Hmm.
And she walked inch by inch. She actually told me it was her second time being on live. She was live one time when she was singing in a restaurant. When the restaurant was about to close or something. But my first time being on news was it was a different news channel, 7 News, WHDH. This happened during the mid 2010s, and it was either Thanksgiving or Black Fridays or Christmas or something. And I saw a report and I wanted to go behind the camera. And I'm like, and then once I stepped off, I think an hour later, I got an email from my teacher saying, Kevin, were you just on 7 News? And then this time, with me being on this recent news, some of our friends was like, Kevin, I saw you guys on TV. Wait, so
Yeah,
actually, tell me the truth. So when you saw us, were your initial thoughts? Were you confused at first?
I guess I was, but then it like when I looked at it, I was so amazed.
Were you? Did you think at first we would be scared?
No.
No.
No, actually.
I actually wish I kind of wish I brought more friends so they can be popular on TV.
And then again, not everyone is meant to be on TV.
That's true. Well, in this case, we wanted to be on TV. At least it counts for our time.
Yeah, and also like it's really
Last year, when I was watching the race with Juju Boston Marathon, I was actually hoping to be on TV, but we were at this area where we couldn't find cameras, like a news camera, so we missed out on it. Oh, fun fact! Before that happened, I was hoping. I think I said it earlier. We were hoping to give out a high five to the baseball coach, but we missed him. There was just too many runners, and we were busy walking along Comm Ave. You know Comm Avenue, right, in Newton? That was the spot where we saw the marathon.
mm,
But earlier, my friend's my friend's mom, Nicole, they're watching in Natick. So for those of you who don't know, as you know, marathon's a 26.2 mile length of race, and the starting point is at Hopkinton, and you head eastwards, and the finish lines is in Boston. I believe it's on Newbury Street, but it's in Boston, towards the John Hancock Tower. Or no, It's right near it's actually the finish line is like right at the Boston Public Library. And it can range from 3 to 5 hours to run. But the hardest part about the Boston Marathon is running up the hill in Newton.
Oh yeah, that's a
Yeah, Newton is. I heard Newton's is an area where it's hard to run because of the hills. But I think in Framingham, Hopkinton, and Natick, I heard the road is pretty flat, I guess. So first it goes to Hopkinton, right? Framingham, Natick, Wellesley, Newton, I believe Brookline. I don't know if does Austin count?
I don't think so.
I know Brookline's one of them. And then at one point you run through Back Bay. So where the Boston Public Library is, that's where the finish line is. And I actually dreamed of myself of being in the marathon, but it's like a lottery. And I say that because it's really hard to get in there. So even though you may pay fees just to join, either you would get selected or not get selected to run, and they need you to run within a certain amount of time to qualify for the Boston Marathon, which unfortunately is the rule. It's not like you can get in and just run easily. They need to determine like whether you can run that long within a certain amount of time. I think it's 3 hours, I believe. I don't remember exactly. But at the end, after we were on live, we saw some of the participants walking.
Yeah.
Especially if they're not experienced in running.
Yeah.
You said you've seen the Boston Marathon in person before, right?
Yeah, so this was like in 4th or 5th grade. I went with my father to see it in person. And it was really cool to see it there. No one I will say for the Boston Marathon, it's like a really important event every year.
Yep.
But in 2013, that event was severely it saddened and it also so for those who don't know, I'll give a quick recap or a very short version. The Boston Marathon was going on. I was around in the 3rd grade. How old were you, Kevin?
I think I was 17 that time.
Yeah.
I was in 10th grade that time when this happened.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. No, I lied. I was 17.
Yeah. Well, 10th, 11th or 12th grade.
No, actually 10th grade. I had 3 years of preschool.
Okay. So, there were 2 brothers who did this. One of the brothers was later killed by police but towards the end of the race, I think, right? Towards the end of the race.
Yeah, it was definitely in the afternoon.
But it was towards the end of the race?
I think so. I could be wrong. I definitely know it was in the afternoon.
Yeah, 2 bombs went off.
Right.
The first one went off, and then the second one, which caused in Massachusetts, like a certain area to be put under like a warning or at least a lockdown, I think. Not like a lockdown, but like it was like in danger.
Mm-hmm.
So the 2 brothers fled.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the brothers was killed by police. The other one was captured.
No. So the younger brother stole a car, and
Mhm.
he drove over him, over the older brother.
So the younger one killed the older brother?
Yeah, because he was trying to evade. He was trying to evade the police.
So the police did not kill?
No, no. So what happened was they did shoot some. They did shoot somebody. I forgot who it was. And at one point, I guess they were desperate to leave the area, and Tim and one of the youngest one, right? He took the car, and then somehow the police was trying to chase him, and then he used the car to drive away. But the car ended up squishing the older brother on the road, and then he was somehow hospitalized, and he was pronounced dead.
Well then, but the police captured him still, right? Or
Yes, I
911?
believe. Yeah, I think so. And then he was somehow hospitalized. I believe. Let me see. Actually, do you want to research? I know you don't. I don't want. I know it's going to be too graphic, but
Yeah, so
but
this
sorry.
yeah, it's okay. So Boston Marathon.
Oh, at that time, Chris. So you remember Miss Christine?
Yes.
So one time during social group at high school, you said you were in third grade, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I was in 10th grade. So she told us, me, Annie, Evan, Thomas, and Zach, I believe Matt, she was at the Boston Marathon finish line that time. And she told us she witnessed the bomb. She was sitting in the bleachers where the finish line is. And when she saw it, luckily she wasn't hurt at all. She just ran away. She
Mm.
was but the first bomb was near the air. Well, it wasn't like it was like across the street from where she was sitting, so
Mm-hmm.
she wasn't impacted directly. So she saw the explosion and she ran away quickly. I forgot where she ran, but she told me it was a really scary event for her to witness it.
Well, yeah. So okay. So here's what. So the the Boston Marathon bombing
Mm-hmm.
took, which was the took place on April 15th, 2013. The two brothers, I will not say their names, planted two homemade pressure cooker bombs near the finish line. The first one detonated, then the second one. Then on April 18th, so 3 days after,
Mm-hmm.
the FBI started doing an investigation, released the suspects' pictures, and later in the evening of the 18th, they killed an MIT policeman, Matt,
Yes. Yes.
and they proceeded to commit a carjacking.
Mm-hmm.
Then, then in Watertown, they got in a shootout with police. Two police officers were severely injured, but one of them died due to the injuries. The so the older brother was shot.
Oh yes, yes, that's true.
Well, okay, I'm gonna get this correct.
I believe. I don't remember. It's been a while.
Um, okay. I just want to get this accurate. So the older brother, no, the younger brother was shot while
Mm-hmm.
the older brother ran over him
Correct. Yes.
and while escaping in the stolen car, and the younger brother died. Then the older brother
No,
wa-
the older brother died. Was hospitalized.
Well, hold on. The older brother, hold on. The younger brother was hospitalized and died.
No, no, no. It was the older brother.
No, because the older brother is still in jail.
No, no, that's incorrect.
No, that's what it says
Wait, where are you looking this up?
at Wiki. Because the older brother was born on July 22nd, 1993, while the younger brother was born on October 21st, 1986.
Oh, you had it flipped. You had it flipped.
Oh, okay. My bad. So the older brother. So let me get this straight. Correct. Help me with this. So the older brother was killed by the younger brother?
Yeah, with the car.
Yes. Uh, so the younger one escaped.
Yes.
And the younger brother, um, yeah, that's a mistake on my end.
Right.
The younger brother was then um the person who was born in 1993 was searched across all of Watertown,
Mm-hmm.
and residents of Watertown and surrounding nearby communities were to stay indoors, and the transportation system in most businesses and public schools were closed. Although I still went to school still.
No, wasn't it school vacation though?
Mm,
Because I believe there was a school vacation that week.
yeah, I think so. But the
Where
week
where were
after,
you when this went on Friday when this happened?
I think I was in school or something.
Oh, I was at home. I remember I had to be in. I was gonna go do martial arts that day, but we knew it would be risky to go out.
Hmm.
I think Waltham advised us to stay home. I think, or to do a
Yeah,
lockdown thing.
yeah. And then the younger brother was hiding in a boat in the
I remember
backyard
that. I
in the
remember that.
of a Watertown resident. He was
Yeah.
shot, wounded by police
Hmm.
before being taken into custody on the evening of 19th. During
I
his
remember that
question,
moment very well. I was watching it the entire time, the entire day.
yeah. And so during the evening, so when the younger brother was questioned,
Uh huh.
he and his brother were motivated by wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. They were self-radicalized and unconnected to any outside terror support groups. Because I think that's what a lot of people thought. Like they were connected. It's just not true. And they did learn how to build explosives from the online magazine of the terrorist organization of Al Qaeda.
Yeah. Hmm.
And he had planned, and he and his brother intended to travel to New York City and bomb Times Square. And he was later convicted of 30 charges, including of a weapon of mass destruction and malicious destruction of property resulting in death.
Yes.
So this is where it gets strange. 2 months after his conviction, he was sentenced to death, but the sentence was vacated by the United States Court of Appeals for the First Circuit. And for people who don't know, this mostly serves Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. And there's one more, which is Puerto Rico. So that is those. You can make up what you want. And then then then, well, okay. Then a writ of certiorari was granted by the Supreme Court of the United States, which, if you don't know what a certiorari is, I think I'm saying that wrong, is a court process to seek judicial review of a decision of a lower court or government agency.
Yep.
So this was actually granted by the Supreme Court, which considered the questions of whether the lower court erred in vacating the death sentence. And
Wow.
after hearing the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court case about this in 2022, the court ruled in a 6-3 decision that a defendant is entitled to an impartial panel of jurors, not necessarily a panel of jurors who knew nothing about the case. And which resulted in the Supreme Court upheld the death penalty, reversing the First Circuit Court's decision on March 4th, 2022.
Wow.
And what happened afterward, I mean, this is what it gets so strange. The saying Boston Strong was birthed from this. Actually.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And in that same year, the Boston Red Sox the Boston Red Sox won the 2013 World Series that same year.
Yep.
Do you remember that happening?
I believe so. It's been a long time. I don't think I really watched much of it. I just remember they won the game.
Mm.
But even though there was a huge tragedy happening at the same time.
Yeah.
With the Boston Marathon.
And most people, worldwide reactions, it was pretty bad. They offered their condolences and everything. And even President Barack Obama visited the Massachusetts General Hospital.
Wow. Yep, I remember that.
And also, Devil Patrick, who was the 21st governor of Massachusetts around that time, and Boston Mayor Thomas Menino established the One Fund Boston to make monetary distributions to bombing victims. There was a Boston Strong concert which received more than $69.8 million in donations. Crowdfunding websites received more than 23,000 pledges to help the victims, their families, and others being affected by the bombing, and so much more. So, I understand that a lot of people around the world was affected. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
But this had a really big, deep impact on the city and every single city around it. And I remember, and if you remember the previous year, Sandy Hook happened.
Yes. I think it was I forgot how, was it like eight victims or something? I don't remember the exact number.
Well, it was in 2012.
Yes.
So it was a back-to-back, and in the worst way possible, because number one, a school shooting is never acceptable.
Nope.
We had to I was in the second grade, and I was really young, and it's like terrifying. Like you don't want to hear that stuff happen, but if it does, it shouldn't be allowed. And then the very next year, a bombing happens, and it's like it's not good.
Oh yeah, there's just a lot of negativity going on, and that's just affecting all the victims around.
Yeah, yeah,
I feel like
it's
this
not.
decade's worst is definitely worse though, with the
Yeah,
shootings, with the violence going on.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's not okay. It's never gonna be okay to begin with. And like a lot of people may think like this is, something like, like you don't, it's like, this is the thing about this event that I think a lot of people need to realize is that, like I said, it affected the city really, really badly to the point to where, like, it's like, it's not okay. And this city, to be very clear, holds a very strong part in the United States. It's one of the first cities, one of the oldest cities. And then
Yeah,
to bomb the city is not okay.
yeah. It's
Like,
never a solution to solve any personal problems.
yeah. I mean, I don't know what else I could say for that though.
Yeah, yeah. It was a really devastating time, the 2013 event. Like, because many people view the marathon as a fun time, and I bet they didn't expect that kind of event to happen. But during the impact, I heard some of the runners who were near there, some of them couldn't run anymore, or they lost their arms or limbs as a result of the bombing attack because of the bombs explosions. It's like they have to. It's like they're changing their lifestyle as a result of the bombs.
Because, yeah, you're right, because three people, I think, died, right? Three people had
No.
died.
Oh, you mean on the scene, or
The victims, I'm saying.
I believe there were three people that died, 3 people that died as a result of bomb explosions. There was a little boy and a girl. I think there were two kids or two minds that died from the explosion.
Yeah, but here, I think, I think, yeah, so I'm looking at the wiki site. So, three people died from that day, including, and then two, so the MIT police officer died,
Hmm.
um, and a Boston police officer died
Yeah,
from head injuries during a shootout.
yeah.
And then the injuries, this is gonna shock people. 281.
Still a huge amount. Still a big
Right.
number.
And many of which had lower leg injuries. Um, um, and most of them were, and the 281 had to be treated at 27 local hospitals.
Wow.
And so because of the leg injuries and the sharp wounds, the devices that exploded were very low to the ground.
Yep.
And at least 16 civilians lost limbs at the scene or by surgical amputation, and 3 lost more than 1 limb.
That's crazy. It is sad. It is really sad to hear them having to suffer through the loss of limbs. Like, they would use the limb to do anything, but with little to no limbs, like, what else can they do? How can they survive? I mean, this is a little bit off topic, but this is an inspirational story I heard. One of my friends who used to go Wentworth, at one point, I think he was in a car accident, and he lost one of his arm limbs, and so they had to do like this biomedical thing, engineering to place this arm, this machine arm on him. I bet it took some time for him to adjust to it because I'm pretty sure he's used to utilizing his real arm to lift things or touch or do something. But yeah, it's like, I bet for some Boston Marathon runners, it's really hard to really catch up the pace. Like, instead of running, what else can they do? Could they go out biking? Could they use like some sort of a thing to participate in a race once they lost the limbs?
Okay.
Wait, where were you exactly when you saw the Boston Marathon? You said you saw it in 2014?
Boston Marathon?
Yeah.
2015, I think. Maybe it would have been 2015 because I don't think it would have been 2014
Okay. Where were you again?
in Boston.
Gotcha. When you were there, was it like, I guess, were there a lot of police officers around making sure there was no weapons?
You can say that, yeah.
Hmm. I heard they implemented a back check or a back safety check. Or you weren't allowed to bring big bags or something?
Well, they did check, but we were okay.
That's good. Where in Boston were you exactly? Were you near the finish line?
No, I don't exactly remember, but
Yeah, when the Boston Marathon happened, I was at home that time. Actually had a friend or someone I know who went to Boston earlier during the day when they were at the finish line, and they decided to leave early. So they were lucky they left even before the Boston Marathon bombing happened. They were there during the morning. I think they left early afternoon. This was hours before the explosion happened.
it's what's crazy that people, again, I have to say this over and over again. I guess people have to realize it's really important that we honor people. That, like, it doesn't, it means something when people realize that you can't do this stuff anymore. It's not okay.
Mhm.
And I think Boston, it's recovered in a way, don't you think?
Yeah, I definitely see that.
But you should never ever do stuff like this because it's not okay, and more importantly, you don't know how it's going to affect people. You
Yeah,
don't know. I don't get why, people do this kind of thing. Like, in what world do you do that stuff? Like, come on now. Seriously?
and they'll have to live with it for the rest of their life if they make the poor choice, which would result in this mess like the Boston Marathon. or even worse than the Boston Marathon, they would have to live with the event, live with it for the rest of their life. And it's not fair to the victims.
Mm.
So don't even think of doing it. If you have a bad day or if you're not feeling well, if you're just having a terrible, terrible moment, speak with somebody. There will be somebody who can help you. Creating a problem in front of victims just to get attention is not the answer. It's definitely not the answer.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, so yeah, what's another thing? What's another thing you wanna do? Talk.
Oh gosh. Anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was thinking, this is gonna sound random, but do you think you want to talk about like what you hope to do and when you hope to visit Massachusetts again? Because I know we briefly talked about, you've been talking a lot about the Boston Marathon, and I'm pretty sure when you mentioned about the Boston Marathon, did you home?
Well, yeah, yeah. Like I will visit Massachusetts one day. Don't worry. It's like one of those states where like you actually I felt at home and at ease. Dude, excuse me. I felt at ease when I was there, to be honest, and it was quite I was at home whenever I look up this stuff or anything. Not to say that it's good for you, but it's like it's really good for people to realize that yes, it's good in a way where everybody can like feel at ease with it.
Yeah.
And I do plan on visiting one day. Don't
Hmm.
worry. So it's like the Prudential Tower. I do want to go to the observation deck,
Hmm.
and there is a restaurant there. You guys should go there one time.
Yeah. Judy is not too far from the Prudential Tower. She goes to Emmanuel College, and it's like, I don't know, like 10 or 20 blocks away. She could easily go there. I think she's done it before. She would go to the top of the tower at night just to see the beautiful skyline at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should, if we ever come there, yeah, we should definitely go. And then we could definitely take pictures with the skyline in the background. And you could be like, oh, I'm on top of the world. I've done it before. I
Well,
was up in
Fenway
the Prudential
Park.
Tower when I was years.
We have to go to Fenway Park.
I've never been. I've always wanted to go inside there. But last year, Juge and I went to this autism dinner thing in Waltham, and we actually met Wally, the real Wally, actually. And he gave us a high five and a hug, and every time we take pictures, and we had the opportunity to take pictures together. I don't know if I can print it out, but I would. But one day I should show you pictures of him. But yeah, we took lots of pictures together. He was more like a spirit guy, spirit character, just to encourage enthusiasm, just to offer support for the kids. Yep. And it took place at this place, called Joseph. No, not Joseph's. What is it called? What's the name? I'm just gonna look at the name. I'm curious to know the name of the restaurant. Let me see what the name of the restaurant that happened last year. I actually left work early just to make it to the event. So the name of the restaurant is called John Brewers. You know the restaurant called John Brewers on Main Street where Walgreens is? It's towards Watertown.
I don't know about John Brewers.
Yeah. So there was an event that took place over there last year. And that's when I got to take pictures with Wally. It was a really cool experience meeting Wally. And but yeah, if I were to go to the to Fenway Park, I've never been inside, but I do hope to meet Wally again and hopefully take pictures with him again. And if we ever go there, this is gonna be like a dare. We all should sing "Sweet Caroline" together.
Oh, I don't mind doing that. Sweet Caroline. Ba, ba, ba.
We sang that song actually when we were at the marathon in Newton. We sang that song.
It's an iconic song.
It is.
Also, Fenway Park. Fenway Park has been open since 1912.
Wow, that long? Wow.
Yeah, like
I've
Fenway.
actually have some teachers who are ushers. Yep.
Oh, I funny question. For you, how would you feel if the Patriots played in Fenway Park while they turned Gillette Stadium into an apartment complex?
Oh gosh. I guess I'll feel bad. I know the population's growing and we need to make room for people, but for the Fenway Park, I don't think it's a good idea. I think they should. Gillette Stadium, you mean?
Maybe for clarity. So the Patriots would play at Fenway Park.
Oh, okay.
And that Gillette Stadium would be turned into an apartment complex.
Oh, okay. I had it backwards. It is a really big space. I don't know. I think it kind of makes sense in an apartment because it's like a wasted space over there. And Foxborough's a pretty quiet town. I've been to Foxborough before, and I work near Foxborough, and it's a really quiet town. But if they encounter traffic, I bet a lot of residents be like, "Why is it?" I'm guessing. I'm just guessing. Why is it so loud here? I know there's a game, but it's too loud here. It's like wasted space. It's actually along Route 1. I don't know if you know Route 1, but Route 140. Let me check on the maps. I'm curious. I went to Red Sox. No, why do I keep saying Red Sox? I've been to the Patriots place in Foxborough before. I've never been. I just didn't go inside the stadium. Yeah, it is along Route 1. Yeah, it's like a wasted space over there. And I feel so bad for the residents who live near there. Yeah, it's actually near. Yeah, Gillette Stadium is like near Walpole, Rentham, and Sharon.
Yeah,
it's a really quiet area. I drive there all the time. But yeah, I think it would probably make sense to move to Gillette Stadium to Boston, so they wouldn't have to do so much commuting.
The Patriots at Fenway.
Yeah, or maybe at a landfill to accommodate the Patriots Stadium, so they don't have to go to Foxborough.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like this is for visiting. It's just like I don't particularly like Gillette Stadium because it's like one of those situations, and we talked about this one time on about an event All In 2018. You kind of mentioned like about the All In event, like why did they host in this particular city when they could have hosted it in Chicago, Illinois?
Oh yes, yep, I remember that topic.
Yeah, so I I've been to Foxborough one time for someone's birthday party,
Yep.
but I have seen the stadium. I've been to Fenway Park. I went to a baseball game. And to be clear, I like Fenway Park a lot better than Gillette Stadium simply because of the fact that in Gillette Stadium, it's way too big. You
Wasted
c-
space.
yeah, it is wasted space. And also like especially for soccer games, you don't need that big of a space.
Oh, but where would they park the cars though?
Uh you can use transportation.
What if there's think about the handicapped people.
Well, well, then you can find handicap parking. My thing is it's this. Since Massachusetts, it's like one of the few states you can say that has the like respected like transportation systems due to how easy it is for anybody to use. I don't see why that the Patriots, the Red Sox, and the soccer team, the New England Revolution, can play at Fenway Park. Yes, it's gonna look really bad, but to be honest, it's easy that way.
Mm.
I'm not
Oh,
saying
they say they're gonna have a
I
World Cup.
yeah, they're gonna have a World Cup at Gillette Stadium. Like one of the games, and at MetLife, they're charging people a lot of money.
New York?
For
No,
yeah,
New Jersey.
yeah, because number one, the parking, and then number two, the transit. They're
Oh, yeah.
increasing the pricing.
For both?
Yes,
Oh my God, nope, no, doesn't make
I
sense.
don't know why that happens. Like, this is like, you don't need 60 plus or 50 plus, like, stadium seating. You don't need that. And besides, the Patriots have played at Fenway Park before, actually.
Yeah,
It's just to me, like when visiting, would I rather go to Boston or Foxborough? Boston.
Boston.
I would like to go
More
to,
things.
yes, and I would like to go to Castle Island.
Yep. Have you been inside
Because,
TD Garden before?
I actually have.
Oh, did you see the Bruins?
No, I never went
No.
to a Bruins or Celtics game.
Oh,
But I've always went there because of the Red Line, Orange Line, and commuter rail lines.
oh, you just haven't been inside the TD Garden building? No.
I haven't been like in the games.
Oh, did you see Disney on Ice?
I'm not sure. But what fascinates me about TD Garden and Boston Garden before is that they have the transportation system underneath the arena. I
Oh,
think
yes.
I think they're one of the first state places to do this, like have a sports arena and a transportation system underneath. That's
Yep.
impressive. Uh, um, I've been to Bunker Hill.
Me too. A lot of
Yeah,
steps, though.
yeah, a lot of steps. I was really young at that time. I
Yeah,
have
that's
been
nice.
to. I've seen the Charles River, very beautiful.
Oh, from the Esplanade?
No. You know the red line from Kendall MIT to Charles MGH?
Yes, yes, I know exactly what you're
That is
talking about.
very beautiful. Anybody who disagrees with me, you are very silly. It is very beautiful, especially at night. It is very beautiful.
I used to commute there a lot when I tuned from Wentworth, and you can see the beautiful
Wentworth.
skyline over there.
Yeah, Wentworth. Well, and also what I like about Boston, it's like it's very easy to get to. That's the whole thing. Even
Oh
though the
yeah,
transportation system is outdated, it is useful to a degree. That
yeah.
is
Oh
what not what a lot of people can't disagree with that in Massachusetts. Like, oh, I can get to Boston. Oh, let me take this, let me take that. It's very easy.
well, driving can be hard though, especially if you want to park the car. Unless if
Oh
you
yeah,
utilize a
yeah, that
garage.
is true. But if you recall why the MBTA was created initially, it was the city was kind of like somewhat reconstructed in a sense, along with the MBTA, to make sure transportation was being used.
At one point, where old TD Garden was, there was an elevated orange line at one point, or red. I
Yeah,
think green
that's
line too. Yep.
yeah. For people don't know, the Orange Line was once a elevated station,
Yep.
but due to like erosion and the maintenance, they had to shift it from a elevated
Above.
line to an underground line.
Same thing with Central Artery. So did you know that at one point there were a lot of brick buildings, and at one point they needed to build the highway to make the traffic flow faster, which required some of the buildings to be demolished to make room for the highway.
Are
It
you
was called the
talking?
Boston.
Are the Boston Dig?
Yeah, before the Zachem Bridge. You know the Zachem Bridge, that white bridge with the white towers? Before
Yes.
that, there was a green bridge, green viaduct with the green bridge that holds Interstate 93. It was built to make traffic go faster, but they need to overground, build it over so they can have the traffic go faster. They had to knock down the building, but the problem at one point there was heavy traffic. I was actually in it many times. You know where you start the viaduct in the north part and you were trying to head south through the Boston? It would take an hour to go through there
Mm.
with the amount of traffic. I witnessed it. And then that's when they came up with the idea saying, let's do the big dig. How can we make the traffic go faster? So we would spend almost an hour or more than an hour just waiting bumper to bumper, trying to go through Boston or Interstate 93. We used to do that because we typically go food shopping in Dorchester every time after we leave Burlington Mall. But we had encountered the traffic many times. But the part I missed about the Boston Central Artery is you can see beautiful views of Boston. Like you can see the North End, you can see the skyline over the elevated artery. But they say it's too loud. It looks ugly, and that's why they built the Zachem Bridge. Well, it was mainly for the traffic reasons. So yeah, Boston's been changing a lot.
Mm.
I did like the Boston Central Artery. I just didn't like waiting in traffic. I just
I'm
missed the.
not. I think I'm not a fan of it, nor I'm a fan of the Boston Dig
Yeah.
because I think it was a structural problem,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and I think I do want to ask this. I don't know if you can answer, but what if they used some parts of the Boston Dig and uh I don't know how to word this, but what if they use some parts of the Boston Dig in order to, like, for the commuter rail North and South Link?
Oh, this is tough. Yeah, I understand the question. I just don't know how to. I guess as far as proposing it to work, because it's a lot of analysis going on, And would it make sense to extend some of the tracks to one area just to accommodate which lines to take, which lines to take, and how it will relate to commuter rail? I don't know what's going to make sense. It's just a lot of analysis going on. I actually met a friend from. Oh, sorry, I just saw a text. But at the same time, it requires a lot of analysis. It takes a lot of planning. Does it make sense to do it? Does it not make sense? And how much is it just to extend the rails, or in somehow connect them as lines together? That it's a lot of planning. I mean, I get we try to make it as convenient as possible for the commuters, but is it going to be realistic to go forward with that approach because of how close the stations are?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of analysis going on
Yeah.
from a civil engineering perspective.
So, could you remind the audience of like the commuter rail north and south link real quick? I have to get something.
Oh, I don't. Isn't that like near the? I've never been. I don't think I've utilized it before.
So no, it's a proposal of to link the north station and the south station. You can look it up on your phone. I do have to get something real quick.
Okay, gotcha. I feel like go. Go
Just
ahead.
hold on. Look up commuter rail north south link proposal.
Okay. From the analysis, I'm going to talk about my opinions. I think, as far as doing that, I think even though there's like somehow close, it's really about how can they easily navigate there instead of having to only rely on taking the regular MBTA subway stations, because it can be time consuming just to transfer through different lines over there. So honestly, I think it'll make sense if we somehow do a proposal where we can line the south station to the north station, because it'll be easier and more convenient for the commuters to just easily transfer without having to always switch the lines every single time. It's honestly that the proposal makes sense, but at the same time, how close are they, and how much is it going to be? And the most important thing is, how effective is this going to be, since somehow they're pretty close to one another, unless if you're willing to switch the subway station lines. It's honestly, I mean, I think it would be really convenient if the proposal actually happens, because I know it does take time to go from the North Station to South Station. I believe at the North Station, I think there's a mix of green and orange and red line. I don't remember the blue line trains though. If you were to go from North Station to South Station, I believe you may have to take a couple. I believe there's a blue line, and I think you may have to transfer by taking a red or orange line. I think red line to get to the South Station from the North Station. I gotta do some more research on that, though. Let me see, actually. Proposal. North-South Rail Link. Yeah, I do like the idea. I think it'll be really easy, especially. Yeah, it will be so much easy, so that way you don't have to worry about transferring too many times, especially even though there are plenty of orange, green, blue lines. Let me actually see. Let me look at the stations really quickly. MBTA subway lines. So I'm looking at this map as we're speaking. So if the link did not exist, I would say in order to go from North Station to South Station, based on the map, I think the easiest way is you take the orange line from North Station, and then at one point you stop by Downtown Crossing. And then in order to get to South, you would transfer from the orange line to riding the red line, which is literally one stop. I think that's the fastest way to get to if you were to go from North Station to South Station. But the longest way is probably if you take red line, take green line. That's probably it'll take a while because green lines are pretty slow. And yeah, like I said, even though there are plenty of lines, I feel like it adds too much time, too much cost, too much pressure when when the commuter rail stops at the North Station in order to get to the South Station commuter rail. Like, how can you navigate through the lines while you can just simply connect the commuter rail from the north to south? Even though it might be expensive, think about how is it gonna positively affect the commuters without having to face the hassles just to get off and transfer through different modes to get to the South Station. Let's see what else. Yeah, South Station. Yeah, even though the red lines and orange lines are faster than taking green lines, it still can definitely be time consuming. It can definitely take time away. It's just that one big gap. Is it like I think it should be? I think they should be a purple line commuter rail that should go through, as far as make it convenient for the commuter rail riders, because it can really create a nuisance having to get off the train and switching back and forth by taking different modes of the MBT stations just to get from one side of the north side to the south side and vice versa. And you would have to spend extra money just to transfer, just to utilize the underground, the regular MBTA, as opposed to utilizing the commuter rail. Yeah, I feel like it's just too much work. Might be too much work for the commuters, especially if they need to transfer from North Station to South Station through different means. Let's see. Let's see what else. I am actually looking at this map. I was like, yeah, that's a really big gap there. Personal connections. Yeah, I do see that right there. Yeah, I feel like it'll be super easy just to connect the lines there. Let's see what else. Status. Yeah, it's a really big gap over there. Oh, wait. Oh, there you are. I was like, what happened?
Yeah. So, what were you? Could you recap for me where you were talking?
Yeah, like as you said, we were talking about the proposal of how to link the north and south station. I actually agree that they should connect. They should add a commuter rail route that would link the north and south station together because it can be time consuming. Having to transfer, having to go from north to south station by taking red or orange lines just to get to the opposite side. It's like, how can we make it more convenient for the commuter rail riders while they're having to like step off the train and utilize the underground trains?
Yeah.
So I agree they should install they should connect the commuter rail via the commuter rail train.
Yep. Then, yeah, and also I do have to ask. So for, I guess this is kind of crazy because like you do agree, we both agree that the MBTA should be linked. The north end and the south end should be
Yes,
linked
absolutely. Especially if how easy it's going to be for the
with
commuter
a central station. Could
central station.
no think about like the aquarium station turning into like a central station.
Yep.
So could they use in a hypothetical? Could they use like the um? Could they use like a part of the highway to get to have like a central station and link with the north and south end?
Wait, what? I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So the for context, the Big Dig they were considering like the north and south end being connected.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, could they do that now? But instead of what you call building underneath, they could use the highway inside as a way to say we can get to the north end or we can get to the south end. Am I
With
making sense? Am I making sense?
can't quite follow. Maybe if you try simplifying it, I guess,
I
or
don't.
maybe make.
Hold on. Let me put it in a better way. Let me. Okay. Let me give you a visual for this. So this is the south station.
Yeah.
Right? The south station.
Hmm.
This is Aquarium Station. This is Nord Station.
Yes.
What if they use this the dig right here I-93
Hmm.
to you know
To connect it.
for the north and south end? Yes.
Oh, okay. That is a good question. I mean, I do like the idea, but they could at the same time maybe they could do like a straight line because sometimes when you follow it, it looks like it's more like a longer way to get from the one North Station to South Station as opposed to creating a straight line. You know, but I can see why you're saying that because the orange and green line are somehow like not having the ability to like cross the paths of the proposed purple line. But at the same time, where
Yeah, and also, well, you do have a point there. It's just like my thing is when you consider like connecting, it's really hard.
mm,
And I wouldn't want to, have a quick stop at Haymarket because that's not a good idea either.
yeah,
So if you just like built it like in place of the big dig, I mean it could work out,
where
but
would they put the rail though?
and this is why the planning for this was really bad. Opinion. The rail, like I think they would essentially have to dig so deep into the ground, or they would kind of have. That's a good question, but they would have to, in a sense, make it to where it works forever. I don't know if I'm making sense, but
Yeah, it's just a lot of
I'm not sure
proposing.
how it would work because because I don't like this part though because the red lines here. You have
Yeah.
the silver line, which I think it was a bad idea. Then
Oh
you
yeah.
have like
Just
this highway, so that creates a lot of problems. Then you have the blue line. I could
mm,
see like in a situation where the commuter rail lines trans go to being an electric line.
yeah. Oh.
Could could you see that happening?
I mean, yeah, I think so.
Could you? Yeah,
I, it's
I
just a
just
lot.
don't know how I feel.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
hard.
as you said, it's a lot of planning. It's just, do you know what I'm saying, Kevin? I don't like
The highway.
this big dick. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not.
Oh yeah, yeah. Unless they deep it deeper underneath the red and or the orange and green line trains.
Yeah, and also like,
It'll cost
and
lots of money.
also they would also have, yeah, yeah. And for people who don't know, like, it's rig. Like, you have many parts that link up with this place. So like, you have the Green Bush, you have Kingston, you have Middleborough, but Middleborough eventually became Newport Folger,
Yep.
and you have the Providence line.
Right.
It's just like commuter rail has to shrink in order to do something about it, but that is for a different conversation.
Right. Yeah.
But do you like I mean The transportation is nice. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Um, and you said you went to Wentworth, and you said you've used the Green Line.
Oh yeah. I sometimes take red lines too from Airwife, or sometimes I would take the D line in Newton.
Hold on, keep talking.
Oh, let's see. Um, Ray Rahul. I'm not sure what else to say about for transportation, but I could maybe perhaps I could talk more about the Boston Marathon. My experience, I
Oh,
guess.
I would like to say something about my weekend if you don't mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, one of the things that happened over the weekend, which I was paying attention to through a live stream, was WrestleMania 42 that happened in Las Vegas.
Oh, nice.
Um, and for those who don't know, WrestleMania is the flagship wrestling event for the WWE.
Hmm.
Excuse me, and what's crazy is, sorry, what was crazy about this event was I was paying attention through the internet, through a live stream, seeing the people's reactions and everything.
Yep.
But I and I will say I particularly did not like the first night. And
Hmm.
by the way, traditionally WrestleMania has always been a one night event, but during WrestleMania 36 or WrestleMania 36, it is considered a two night. It was split for two nights, and then every single WrestleMania afterward has been two nights to maximize, the talent and everything.
Yeah. Wow.
So originally, WrestleMania 42 was going to be in New Orleans, Louisiana, at the Superdome, but it was then switched to Las Vegas, which is where WrestleMania 41 was hosted. That kind of bummed out a lot of people due to, if you host in a new location, you want to gather new people, new audience, new fans, everything, right? So this was kind of a bummer for some fans. And apparently, the match times were very short.
Wow.
So, just an example, I'm going to give an example because there were. So, okay, let me start with this. I did not like the event because it was inconsistent. The match times, the build up, not including every championship on the WWE, not showcasing enough women's matches, and everything in between. Like there were some weird changes. So the first match on night one was 7 minutes and 8 seconds.
Oh, wow.
That to me does not make sense. And there were two other matches. The shortest match on that night was a women's match, championship match for the WWE Women's World Championship, Women's Heavyweight Championship. And to be very clear, this lasted 6 minutes and 51 seconds.
Right. Wow. Never thought about doing like the boxing, the matching.
Well, yeah. So let me ask you: you don't really follow wrestling, right?
No, I don't. No,
Okay, but you've done mixed martial arts training, right?
I have.
So would you agree that if a match lasted longer, would it be better?
Yeah, I do. I think it'll be. It can tell. I'm pretty sure everyone might want to tell like what's going to happen next if we keep it a long time rather than doing it short.
Yeah,
How the opponents are doing, how far they can go.
because in wrestling, there's something called a squash match, and what a squash match is that you defeat your opponent in a shorter amount of time to get be perceived by the audience better and get more over and get more fans and everything. How long would you want a wrestling match to have happen
You mean by round or?
by time? It's not by round, it's by time.
Oh, oh gosh, this is gonna sound random. Would it make sense to like um 3 minutes or so? 3 minutes,
Mm,
like because they don't have to deal with the pain too quickly.
no, well, like I said, the shortest match on the card was for night one was 6 minutes and 51 seconds.
Oh, okay, that's the shortest.
Yeah, and that was a championship match.
Wow, oh wow, 6 minutes.
You still are gonna say 3 minutes?
Or maybe five. How about 5 minutes?
5 minutes is okay.
Yeah.
I think okay. What if we? I can agree to 5 to 30 minutes for a regular match.
Gotcha. Yep.
But if it's a championship match, it would have to be like 5 or to 60.
Oh, gotcha.
Would
Yep.
you agree? Because I don't like it when it's short.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. I agree. I think I think the longer you do it, like the more curious the audience is gonna. It'll be more to be curious on like what's gonna happen next.
Maybe think about it like in for mixed martial arts, like your when when you did your classes, like if you train longer or you train a lot more, you get better. Maybe think about it in that way.
Yeah.
Um, m- when um, when like talking about this, so the longest match apparently was 22 minutes and 44 seconds, and that was a men's match.
Okay.
But it was a perplexing one. It was a strange one because I like the people thought the fans thought that Cody Rhodes, who was a babyface, and Randy Orton was a heel, they were gonna double turn, which means one wrestler turns into like Cody would turn heel and Randy would turn babyface.
Okay.
And the WWE was leaning towards that, and it did not happen. And when Cody defeated Randy Orton, he was heavily booed.
Oh wow. Hmm.
Yeah. And also, Randy Orton punk kicked Cody Rhodes in the head
Mhm.
and was standing tall. And
Yep.
apparently Cody Rhodes had like a busted eye,
Ooh.
and Randy Orton had a back injury.
Oh man.
So a lot of people didn't like that. Like, you should have committed to having Randy winning, you know. But that was according to reports online. But the reason why they changed it was because they wanted Randy to win afterward.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know. Also, how do you feel about like ads being shoved into someone's face?
Wait, what? How do I
How do
feel
you
about
feel?
what?
How do you feel about ads being shoved into people's faces? Like when a person sees too much ads.
Yeah, yep, I get it. I think it's just too annoying. I get that there'll be people that may need a break, but I feel like ads can be a distraction. It's like, can we get to the point? Well, not get to the point, but get to the actual match. Maybe instead, maybe see the back scenery. I
Yeah,
guess.
like back. Are you saying like backstage and stuff?
Yes, yes,
I
something,
couldn't agree more.
something
And
like that.
also, another thing, they like had less match wrestling time and more ad time.
That's
And
crazy.
and apparently some people were there and it felt soulless. It felt lifeless. And this WrestleMania felt like an average show.
Oh yeah, because of so many ads.
Well, yeah, because of like, the build up
Mm.
and how many wrestlers are wrestling on an on a weekly basis. How many times you defend your championships. And wrestling is scripted. There's also non scripted. So for this kind of wrestling, they want to build stories. I don't know if they had any. And also, that's the problem, storytelling.
Oh yeah.
So then for night two, it wasn't that bad, but it was just perplexing how you can make one night bad and another night good.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know how, like, maybe to give an example, it's like, you know how you watch movies and, like, there's a sequel in a franchise, like, one movie is good, but then its sequel is somewhat bad.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
It doesn't make any sense to me. So,
Sequel.
as I was paying attention to night two, it wasn't bad. The shortest match was 4 minutes 46 seconds, and the longest match was 33 minutes and 56 seconds, which
Mhm.
was a championship match.
Yeah. Wow.
To be honest, it wasn't bad, and I thought like all the championships would be defended because WrestleMania is supposed to be considered the Super Bowl of wrestling. Like,
Yep.
you defend all your championships and everything. But it did not happen, and I was really disappointed.
Oh yeah, and that's how you is that how your past weekend went as because of that or?
Well, because I did get a haircut.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
This past for the past couple of weeks, I'm suffering from sleep problems, so I have to work on that. And the other thing is, I have been watching a lot of Ben 10,
Hmm.
which was a good cartoon, and I felt happy watching it actually due to nostalgia and everything.
Yeah. I
Do
love
you watch
nostalgia.
cartoon? Do you have you watched any cartoons?
What have I watched? What?
Cartoons.
Yeah, I used to when I was little. I used to watch Cartoon Network. I mean, I used to watch cartoons, but it's been a while since I've seen cartoon movies, cartoon shows. I used to listen to music during my spare time just to relax my mind. But yeah, it's been a while since I've watched cartoons. But there are times where I would go to a movie theater with our friends. We would watch more like, I mean, cartoon, like, I don't know how to like explain it though. It's like how they play Mario or Finding Nemo, that kind of thing, like a 3D thing. I've been watching a lot of these things as opposed to cartoons, like the picture version, the 2D versions.
Do you think they could make real life versions of cartoon movies?
I do. I honestly think it'll be more fun instead of always watching cartoons as a way to make it more realistic, appear realistic, as opposed to only showing the cartoon version.
What if they did a realistic Tom and Jerry movie?
Oh, that would be so cool. But who's gonna control the mouse though? Who's gonna control Jerry? Since unless if they like, I guess, angle the camera to make someone small like Jerry or something.
I am a very big Tom and Jerry,
Same.
um, very big Tom and Jerry fan. I'm a big. Did you ever watch Big Ben 10 or no?
I have. It's been a while though. I watched this show called um, Powerpuff Girls. There was this other show. They would be called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 show. I forgot. They were like five superheroes or something. Do you know what I'm talking about? I
Five, four.
forgot the name.
I'm not sure.
There was Tom and Jerry's definitely my favorite. Was there Spice Girl? No, no, that's a band. Never mind. I used to watch Cartoon Network, but I used to watch PBS Kids too. I watched Cyber Chase, Dragon Tales, Arthur,
Yeah.
Nickelodeon. I used to watch Nickelodeon too. I used to watch SpongeBob, Jimmy Neutron.
Oh, a realistic Ben 10 movie would be awesome.
Oh yeah. I don't know how they will do a realistic movie of Tom and Jerry though.
What about oh, here's a good one. Curious George.
Oh, that's a good movie. I used to watch it. I keep forgetting the plot though, but I did see it though.
Well, there are three animated ones. I'm saying like a realistic version.
Oh, real. Oh, I think it'll be really cool though, if whoever's going to control Curious George, the monkey.
I just wish they reveal who is the man in the yellow hat's name. They
It's a
always say
mystery.
they always say the man with the yellow hat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Oh my God, Curious George, Clifford the Big Red Dog. How about Clifford the Big Red Dog?
Yeah, I remember that one.
I like the
The
music. I like the theme music.
um for those who don't know, Clifford the Big Red Dog, there are actually two shows. So you have the original, but then you had the version where he was a tiny dog.
I remember that too. I think Clifford, who's a small dog, is so adorable. He's so adorable. I would want to cuddle him.
Yeah, and PBS Kids like and Nickelodeon were my favorite. Cartoon Network as well. Because I'm a Big Ten big Ben 10 guy. I was back in the day because he would transform into aliens to defeat enemies.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's in Nickelodeon. I remember the Fairly Odd Parents. Mm, what else? SpongeBob. Danny Phantom. Danny Phantom, I believe that's the name of the show.
Hmm. What if they did a realistic SpongeBob movie?
Oh, that would be so cool. Honestly, that would be really cool. I wonder who would control SpongeBob, though. I actually, when I first heard of the movie called SpongeBob SquarePants, I thought he was a cheese until he's a sponge. He looks like a cheese. Cheese or... I like Sandy Cheeks. She's one of my favorite characters. I like her southern accent. What else? I just remember Cartoon Network, PBS Kids, and Nickelodeon. Oh, I used to watch Family Guy and The Simpsons.
I don't really watch Family Guy.
Or Bob's Burger. There's this thing, Tina would tell me this all the time. She used to watch this show involving this character named Meatwad, Master Shake, and Frylock, or whatever that name is. I forgot the name of the show. Oh, and PBS Kid, I remember Bearstein Bears. Oh, what else? I remember Zumbumafu, Booba, Teletubbies, Zoom for Kids. I forgot what other shows on Nickelodeon I watched, though, aside from Jimmy Neutron, SpongeBob, and Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom. Wait, is Kim... I forgot the name. Kim something?
For what?
I think she was on Nickelodeon. Curious Kim or whatever. I forgot the name of the show.
Arthur is a pretty good one.
Yep. DW is so funny.
You also have Elmo's World.
Oh, Sesame Street. I remember Sesame Street. I love Sesame Street. I like the episode when there was the Big Bird, Yellow Bird. There was an episode where there was Big Doug. They were the duck factory, and there were a lot of identical ducks, and then the last duck is different. I don't forgot the name of the episode though. Did you know that the big duck, yellow duck, I forgot his name. He was actually born in Waltham.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I saw a viral post about it. If you look it on the website, it'll tell you where he was born. Is it Yellowbird or Big Bird? Yellowbird?
Yellowbird or Big Bird.
It should tell you where he was born. It mentioned Waltham, Massachusetts.
What's the story behind it? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know. I just heard about it somewhere. It was on a Facebook post. I don't. Yeah. I just heard about it. Or at least was raised in Waltham.
I mean, it's so cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's go back and watch Sesame Street all over again. Ernie and Bernie.
Apparently, I was afraid of the Big Bird.
Oh, I remember Between the Lions. That's a good movie. That's a good show, too. Between the Lions.
Let me ask you this. Which character out of all the shows you watched were you most afraid of?
Oh gosh. Um, I guess I was probably afraid of DW. She likes to rat out on Arthur. She reminds me of my sister sometimes. DW. She's annoying too. Buster's funny.
Buster.
Buster Baxter.
Oh, I remember Buster. There was
Francine, Molly.
Binky.
Who?
Binky.
Yep. Oh my god, who else? I like the Cyber Chase. I like Cyber Chase music, the theme music.
Oh, same.
It makes me think of like being motivated. The song sounds motivating to me, and it reminds me that some of the teachers I disliked for some reason.
I do like Pokemon.
Pokemon, nice. Margaret likes Pokemon a lot. Yeah. So that was your weekend, huh? Watching.
Well, it also. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Like, maybe you should watch a wrestling event one time in person.
Yeah.
Although it costs a lot of money, you could also watch online.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to, but like, it's interesting. Oh, I do have to mention something for WrestleMania.
Yep.
So there's been a lot of news recently saying like some wrestlers have been fed up with fans, but also secondly, um, these are like obsessed fans,
Yeah.
who follow people around just to take a photo, autograph, whatever.
Oh yeah.
That's really bad. So there was a video footage of a wrestler of CM Punk and his wife AJ Lee and their friend Bailey. And I think CM Punk was having like a close moment with AJ Lee, and a fan walked up and was recording, and AJ Lee hugged Bailey, and Bailey was trying to not like was trying to have the phone away because this guy was being a creep.
Oh.
And then CM Punk just slapped the phone out of his hands.
Oh. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Creepers.
Do you think that's justified, like, to slap someone's phone out of their hand?
I don't think that's an answer. If you don't like being recorded, then I would just go somewhere else, I guess.
Yeah,
I've
but
actually watched audit videos before. There'll be auditors outside on a public sidewalk, and they'll like record and stuff, and there'll be bystanders that may be annoyed, but and the auditors say it's my First Amendment right to record people online. And I've seen videos of bystanders like hitting the equipment or assaulting the auditors.
but we both know that's bullshit, right?
Yeah. Oh, to assault somebody.
No, like, here's what I don't agree with. I don't necessarily agree with people just being fans, walking up to you, recording them, and trying to get a photo or something. And multiple wrestlers came out about this, saying like it's not okay. Like, if you go up to them very nicely, ask for a photo, they may or may not do it. But if you are just being such an idiot and just being like following them around or
Oh yeah.
shoving the kid in their face or asking the kid to do it, it's like, no, that you're not gonna get a photo, right?
Oh,
So CM Punk did it as a way to, in a way, to be like, okay, you're being a creep. You didn't ask permission. You're invading someone's personal moment. Slap the person phone out of the hand.
right. Yep. Creepers. I still, yeah, I would just say walk off the stage. And no one from the audience is allowed to be back there anyway. Just go to a distant spot, not just smacking the phone away. That's what I would
Yeah,
do.
and this was a hotel, but the
Yeah.
interesting thing about um the thing about the hotel incident was the problem was that the problem was, I will say, was that there was a lack of security, and the hotel, the I think it was an MGM hotel.
Hmm.
It was connected to or near to the Allegiant Stadium, and some people were there, and they were swarming with certain people.
Oh wow.
Like, these fans were swarming these wrestlers,
Yep.
and a lot of wrestlers have tried to avoid, you know, this. Like, have actually stayed at different hotels to um do something.
Right.
And I don't know, like, how would you handle a person just constantly following you?
I would just be like, hey, can you stop following me? But if they're gonna keep on following me, I would have to find somewhere to like hide, I guess, or
Would
find.
you
Go ahead.
would you have slapped it out of the purse? Would you slap a person's phone out of their hand?
I wouldn't, because if I did, then they could say I assaulted the person. I assaulted them, even though my intent is not to be have myself on the video. But I would just walk away or just call the police or.
I don't. Well, so based on the video, the person, CM Punk was justified,
Yeah.
and like, um, it's just
Sorry if
like,
I'm so back. Like if I'm appearing like this,
it's all right.
just a
I'm
little
just
long
asking,
day.
like, I'm just asking, uh,
Mhm.
like, um, I don't know what to say, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
And also there was one WWE source
Hmm.
that said, and I'm gonna quote this. So Fightful Select was told by one WWE source who believes that raising meet and greet prices are playing a role in recent fan interactions, limiting access in structured settings and shifting those moments elsewhere.
Right.
Do you think there's any correlation from those two things or no?
Sorry, could you say it again? Because I'm I guess my attention span's like been so short lately.
Do you think like raising ticket prices of fan interactions can cause a fan to go after someone?
Go after someone like to interact, or
Yeah.
um, I think so. I think it's really hard to get the time to interact with the wrestlers or any well-known person.
Mm-hmm.
But if you pay the price, like this is what you get a present for simply like talking or taking pictures with the person or celebrity.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. And also, what else so I did yesterday I ate at a place which was called Cotton Patch, and they had really good fries. I ate a sandwich
Um,
while my mom was eating some veggies, fries, and we ate some buns which were really cool with butter.
yum.
And
Yum.
then I paid attention to wrestling. Of course,
Yep.
I said I watched some cartoons,
Mm.
and yeah. Is there anything going on in Waltham?
Yeah, there is. I think in a couple weeks there'll be a sheep shearing festival, and
Hmm.
there is a 5K race in on Moody Street on Sunday, May 3rd, which I'm actually going to be participating in. And there is a Special Olympics on Saturday 30th, and I'm planning to actually be an athlete, despite me deciding whether I should be volunteering athlete. I actually wanted to be an athlete this time again, and June 7th is the high school graduation. So there's a lot going on. I think there's a race, I think towards the end of May, I think, or April, actually. I don't know if it's too late to sign up, though. But I could consider that as one of my first races to get some practice and
Mm-hmm.
see. Yeah, that's as far
And
as I know. Oh, there's Steampunk Festival in May, too.
are you gonna go?
Yeah, I would like to go. I would like to see the antiques over there. If I were to go, I would like to see the typewriters. I love typewriters.
Hmm. That
It'd be really
is
cool.
um. And what do you like? Hmm. What do you plan to do this week? I know we're near the end of the podcast. It's
Yeah.
really short. What do you plan on doing for this week?
So I'll be working for the rest of the week. So Friday, I'm going to work back to back jobs. And Saturday, I'm not sure what I'm going to do Saturday. I think I'm probably going to. Actually, I don't have anything planned for Saturday. I might relax or something. Then Sunday. Actually, I don't know what I'm going to do this weekend. I haven't planned anything yet. Um, but I know, I know I was thinking of probably going out for a run to get some practice getting the steps in preparation for the race. And I might actually reach out to some of my friends' parents to see if I could hang out or something and see what's gonna happen, or
Hmm.
maybe watch a movie or something Saturday. I don't know. I just don't have anything planned for the weekend yet, though. But I know I'm gonna be working.
Yeah, is there anything to do?
Oh, I mean, I can. There's so many good things. I like to, just. I guess it depends on like what you're feeling, but I like to be outside a lot. So
Mm,
I do like to walk outside a lot. Um, but um, yeah, I like to eat out a lot. It's so expensive though. Or maybe I could go shopping, or I could ask if we could watch a movie together, um, or practice running together. Actually, I got a call from Gabe, a text or call from Gabe at some point today, and well, actually, right before the podcast, he was asking me like, "Hey, when do you want to go out for a run?" And I still haven't thought of what day, since even though the race is getting closer. But I think I should do it. I should probably do it this weekend, pending the weather. So at least I can try running long distance and see where it will take me and what I can work on. Especially, I have less than 2 weeks to start the rate to get ready. I actually have less than 2 weeks. So I'm gonna need some time to practice. Or maybe I could practice running after work as I get home.
mm.
I think I hope it's sunny tomorrow though, so I can start running tomorrow after work.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know how I feel about it because like it's very strange. Like you know, yeah. Is there anything else and anything on your mind? Because like I don't know why it's so strange to me.
Wait, what? Sorry, what?
Do you have anything else you would like to talk about?
Oh, let's see. I definitely want to say, like, I know you said you're looking forward to go to visiting Massachusetts, but I think we should definitely start with like exploring Waltham first, so you can actually see in person, see what
Mm-hmm.
it feels like being in Waltham for the first time compared to 11 years ago, and actually see what the changes are. And plus, you said you have a couple friends here in Waltham that
Mm-hmm.
you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we could start touring Waltham and then branch out to Boston at one point, and then exploring different cities.
Does it like it seems so surreal at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah, especially if you're visiting Massachusetts for the first time in many years with all the changes that are happening. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, wow, Massachusetts looks so different from the last time I was here. It looks magical, looks so different. I miss this building, especially when I was talking about Fitch School earlier in the episode.
Mhm. And it felt surreal in that moment, right?
Yeah, I didn't expect it to happen, especially with my old Fitch School being my first elementary school. But the thing is, like, there'll come a reality. This is a reality that we will have to face one day. Even if we don't like what's going to happen, we just live with it. With a lot of changes happening. Excuse me.
It's okay. Is it like strange? Like in Waltham, it's changed a bunch. Like the fish school is gone, and the Bane school has been transformed. It
Yep.
really begs the question, like, what are we gonna do next?
Oh yeah. They should improve the roads. They should let's upgrade the traffic lights. I feel like there's got to be way to enhance Waltham as far as making it a fun place to visit or a fun place to live. I know Moody Street, Main Street are pretty popular roads. Yeah, and how can we make Waltham more appealing for the visitors?
Uh, um,
It is a beautiful city. I'm just hoping there could be more ample opportunities for Waltham to improve.
yeah. I mean, you have a point. It's just the question is, how do you deal with it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. How can you convince the mayor to change Waltham or upgrade the city?
Yeah. I mean, like,
You met the mayor
do,
before, right? City Mayor Waltham, right?
which one?
Mayor McCarthy. Have you met her?
Yes, I have, yes.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and also, mm, it's 60 degrees out, which is really odd for for Texas, because like right now I thought it's like also raining, which causes a lot of problems with mowing the lawn. So
Oh yeah, wet grass. It's been cold here too. It was like 40 to 50 degrees as high tops, and it's like 30. I think it's 30 degrees now.
mm,
Yep.
yeah, so I mean, other than me visiting, what else do you have to talk
Oh my
about?
god. I don't know if I have anything else, but I'm hoping. Um, I'm actually hoping for the Special Olympics to have another celebrity thing here. I think it'll be really cool.
Could you explain to the audience what is the Special Olympics?
Yeah. So every year it's we do the Special Olympics in Waltham. This is gonna be the third one. So Special Olympics, it's a outdoor. It can be it's a recreational activity for everyone with special needs to participate in. It's like a sports activity usually, but in this case in Waltham they consist of 6 teams, based by they'll be there. They will be teams based on color. I think there are colors. I was part of the yellow team, yes, last year, and there'll be stage stations. There'll be 6 stations, so each station will have different activities. Usually, there'll be cornhole. There is a frisbee, 500-meter dash, baseball, soccer. I forgot what the other ones, and the dancing session. There's 6 stations, and every like 10 to 15 minutes, we will rotate to a different station until we all the team goes to the stations. But first, they would do like the Pledge of Allegiance, sing the national anthem, and then participate in the 6 stations I mentioned. And towards the end, air all the athletes will get like a gold medal for participating in the event. And I believe Mayor McCarthy would be there to support the organization. And this is the third one, and it'll be my third time participating this year. I'm actually hoping to see another celebrity coming and down and visit. It'll be really cool. The first event that happened, the first Special Olympics, there was no celebrity. But last year, Juju, Evan, and I saw Mike Vrabel. And hopefully, the third event, there could be another coach or a player coming. I was actually hoping to meet Drake May, but he's going to be in Cape Cod that time when the Special Olympics are happening this year. So we won't see Drake May.
Oh, what happened to him?
No, he's going to be in Cape Cod. I think he's going to be down at Cape helping the children. I think play football or something. I think he's doing like a football training or something with the little kids, or boot camp or football camp or something. I have to look it up. I'm like, I want to meet Drake May.
Yeah, Drake May. It's really cool for him. Like, people call him Drake May.
Yep. There's
That's what I like. Yeah. I like Drake May, and he's an inspiration. So, like, actually about that for the Special Olympics. So, at the restaurant yesterday, I saw a person having a Special Olympics shirt on.
Oh, really? Nice.
The Special Olympics is held in different cities, right? So, and you guys do activities. I saw you with Mike Vrabel last year when you guys took the photo.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were with him, and we were wrapping each other's arms while we were taking pictures. We did like a side hug when we took pictures.
That's awesome.
Yep. He was like very tall. He was like outgoing. He was very outgoing that time. He was smiling, danced with us. I'll show you some pictures.
Yeah, I mean,
be on the field near Bentley.
So where will it take place? Sorry,
I forgot the name of the field, but it's going to be near Bentley. It's on Forest Street. It's near the Jewish school or something. I forgot the name of the school. Jewish Academy or something, or Hebrew Academy. It's a really big space there.
So, I mean, do you think it's good? I mean, it is good. I just like it's so cool that like you guys get to it's like a uniting thing.
Yeah. I think it's a really great way to connect. Great way to connect with the athletes and the volunteers there. It's a good way to expand networking connections. I mean, I wanted to be a volunteer, but I realized if you're going to volunteer, the director will make you do something that you may or may not want to do, if that makes sense. Which is another reason why I chose to be an athlete. I wanted to volunteer because I wanted to help the children. I wanted to help the athletes. I'd rather be the person who would lead one team, but if I get a different position, I would probably. I'm like, it was a difficult decision for me to make because I know I want to help the athletes, but I'm like at the same time, what if I get selected to do something I don't want to do, or it's boring? I'd rather have like they're gonna choose the activity for me if I were to volunteer. I don't have the privilege choose what I want to do, which is the annoying part. So I'm like, okay. And Nicole was saying, oh, you should be an athlete.
What kind of athlete, though?
Just like a regular athlete where you go through to 6 stations. Um, I did like I did last year. Like I'll be assigned a team and to join one team, and I will play in all 6 stations with the activities I listed earlier. And this can be a nice way for me to network with the volunteers. I think most of them will be like high school volunteers though. But it's cool though. It's just that touching moment to interact with them.
Hmm. Yeah, and I do want to say this actually because we haven't talked about this in a while, but I do want to give an update on the war currently going on in the Middle East. Um, so it's been 1 month so far, and apparently it's not a it doesn't make sense to me why it's still continuing on. Initially, the Hormuz Strait was closed, but now it's open now.
Yeah.
I think, but there was um a naval blockade, and um um so the Hormuz Strait closed, then it opened, then they announced a naval blockade,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're closing it in
Wow.
response to U.S. refusing to lift its naval blockade.
Right.
And so, and this was all because like the U.S. and Iran had talks in Islamabad in
Yeah.
Pakistan. So this is a major problem.
Mm-hmm.
And also in Lebanon right now, Israel is currently illegally occupying parts of southern Lebanon.
Wow.
And they have destroyed um, uh, they're just like illegally doing it. They're committing more inhuman crimes, according to some reports.
Yeah.
And then on top of all of that, I don't know like how it's all gonna end, but I just hope that you live in Massachusetts. I just hope the gas prices are not high.
Yeah, it's insane. It's still insane. There are some areas that are like almost $4 a gallon. I find it really crazy. I don't want to
Yeah.
spend that much money just for over gas.
And you want this war to end, right?
Oh, of course, of course. We need to live peacefully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh I do, yeah, so uh hmm. Do you maybe one more thing to end it off?
Hmm?
Um yeah, I don't know because I just don't know why. Maybe we could talk about this. Why do you think our generation is so bad?
Bad as in.
Why do we have to suffer the worst parts of like any generation before us? Like
Hmm.
from COVID to wars to the amount of like things being broken, like why do we have to suffer that?
I think it's. I think it's just like this is what the government's doing. It's just I think the government's trying to get people's attention to like do something about it as far as paying higher prices for gas, which to me seems doesn't seem fair, but they do it anyway, just over war. Um, in COVID, it's I don't know. It's a really complex situation going on. Even though it's been happening for a while now. I don't know. It's just I don't know like a good answer to why this is happening. But it just happens to the point where it's just really have difficult to be faced with these things. And I know it's not easy to deal with it, but it happens. And I think
Yeah.
you guys should put the blame on the government for starting all these things, the war and the pricing. It's like how can a lot of people benefit or be able to pay off easily with the raised goods, you know?
Mm. Mm. I think it's not okay though.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe to end it more on a positive note. Like, what do you think will happen?
I think at one point I think hopefully the United States and Israel will come up with peace talks with the Middle East, and hopefully at one point we can rebuild the trust and rebuild the infrastructure over there after the war is over. But I think it's going to take a while to redevelop the relationship between the countries, especially the Middle East versus the United States and Israel. I think it's going to be a long way to go, but hopefully they can restore peace so everyone can live comfortably. I
But
know a
I
lot of
also,
people.
yeah, and also we shouldn't be Israel's ally anymore. I
Mm,
think,
yeah, yeah, the Palestinians and what's happening with the Palestinians and Israelis, and
yeah, everyone.
yeah.
Just, I do want to say for Walton, is there a race gonna happen? You should say about it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be participating in the 5K Moody Street race on Sunday, May 3rd. So this race is in regards to the Waltham educators who need the funds to help students get the resources they need to succeed. And so the ticket I got for the bib, that money will be used to donate to the Waltham educators so they could use that money to help fund the Waltham Public Schools. I know the Waltham Public School relies on the state tax funds from the government, you know, but I think with us funding to the Waltham educators, I feel like the Waltham Public Schools can easily get the funds, and I believe education is vital in our everyday lives, especially for the children who need the education to succeed in life. I mean, there's been more programs that have been implemented, and I think in order to keep the school get school to get better, they're doing. Hopefully, the funds can be used to enhance the Waltham Public Schools to make sure the students get the resources they need to graduate. So that's really what the purpose of
When
this
is
race
the
is.
race? When is the
Sunday,
race for um Sunday, May what?
May 3rd.
Do you
Josh is
have
actually.
do you have the list that I of other races you did?
I last year I did the Love Lane race back
Wait, hold
in
on. Oh, remember that list you made of races you could do?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yep, I do. I still have that list.
Yeah.
I have it right. I still have it on my table.
So, for the races, I gotta ask for this 5K one, Waltham, could you say the date?
Sunday, May 3rd for the race I'm doing. That's
Right.
for the 5K Moody Street race.
Yay.
Josh is actually going to be walking it, actually. I told Josh about it, and I told him, like, the race is not about just running, and that motivated him to participate in it. So it'll be his first time walking in that race. And my friend James is actually going to be there too.
Yeah. You should, yeah. Um, yes, that's a good thing to end on.
Yep, I'm excited for that day to come. It's like less than 2 weeks. Still got plenty of
Yeah.
time, but I gotta get some steps in.
Yeah. I'm gonna put my plate away. Just talk about the race.
Mm. Okay, so this is gonna be my third race, and I'm really looking forward to the race because this can give me the opportunity to really, hopefully get better at running long distances. And at the same time, this can get the chance for me to, like, be able to network because that's my goal. I'm hoping to be able to expand my networking connections so that way I can have the leisure to grow my networking skills. I think it's going to be really cool. And I'm also excited to really see my teachers too because this can be a really good chance for them to give updates on how the school is, especially for the Waltham Public Schools. Some of them, I believe, they are working at middle school, some at elementary schools, and some at high schools who will participate in the race. And I think it'll be really cool to hear it because I can understand what their teaching's like and what the school environment's like today compared to my last time being at the high school. And hearing from different perspectives would give me a sense of, like, what can the school work on, what the school is doing well on, and also how can the teachers motivate the students to do well, because there's so many factors to making a school a successful place for the students to succeed. I think that's the whole point of it. And how to succeed, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of time. And how can we really engage the students to do well in what they're doing? Because it takes a lot of planning, it takes a lot of work, and I know the teachers are really doing their best to encourage the student, but it's like, how can the students actually focus?
Yeah.
And how can we? And that's another reason why I wanted to race, because I received all the resources I needed to succeed in high school, and I feel like giving back to the Waltham educator can make a difference that can enhance Waltham's public schools to get better at what they're doing as far as helping the students out. I was there the majority of my time, and I really want the Waltham Public Schools to succeed. See how the children can grow.
Yeah.
It'll be really cool. That's definitely the thing I'm looking forward to, and definitely seeing my teachers again.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should there. So next week there will not be a podcast. Um, there won't be one. So, like, there just won't be one. So the week of the 3rd, there will be one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's bi-weekly, so that's fine.
Yeah. That's what we always do.
Yep, unless specified.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked. It was a shorter than 3 hours, and I think that's good. Nobody joined tonight. That's, sad, but okay. And I will email Rumble so Kevin, we can fix the issue for the new studio.
All right. No problem.
Yeah, anything you want to say?
Definitely want to say thank you for listening to the episode. I think the first half was really interesting when talking about the Boston Marathon experience, especially with what really happened yesterday. Especially my time being on with me being on the news. It's really interesting feeling just to be on the news and let everyone know, hey, I was on the news. And some of our friends would be like, hey, I just saw you on the news. It was a really fun, thrilling experience just to be on camera and actually meeting the reporter for the first time. I wish I said something, but I'm like, I couldn't think of anything what to say, though. I just think it'll be really cool to, for me to be out there more. You're like, okay, I'm on TV. Hopefully I get 1 million views.
Yeah.
Imagine if I get 1 million views and I make money or something.
Yeah. Yeah, got a haircut, everything. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you everyone for so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Yes, we are multi-streaming, so that is a good thing. And yeah,
Yep.
thank you all so much for watching. We will see you all next time. Goodbye.
Bye.